Nigeria is not a peaceful country. Nigerians are not as peaceful as Ghanaians are. What I say, everywhere in the world that Nigerians go, they create chaos. Africa, let's unite. Africa, let's unite. Me patro, yes. Africa, we will unite, but not this way.
I'm sounding a word of caution to the Nigerians. Ghanaians, we will stand up to defend our territorial land. We will defend our territorial water.
Welcome to Afriplus News channel, where we break down Africa's biggest stories with clarity, depth, and bold honesty. If you're new here, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more relevant and important updates like this one. If you've been following us, thank you for your continued support. Your voice matters here. Today's report is intense, emotional, and extremely important. Protests have erupted in Ghana, Nigeria, and even parts of Moscow. And it all stems from a ceremonial kingship title given to a Nigerian Igbo man in Ghana. While some see this as harmless and cultural, others believe it touches a nerve tied to migration, national pride, and economic frustration. Let's break it down. What's really going on? At the center of the controversy is an Igbo man from Nigeria, honored as a ceremonial or social king within the Igbo community in Ghana. He is not attempting to be a traditional king or to take over a Ghanaian royal stool. His role is more symbolic, a unifier, a cultural representative for fellow Nigerians living in Ghana, particularly the Igbo tribe.
Was the nomenclature king emanating from your palace, as you call it, or it's from the bloggers?
It's from the bloggers.
So you have never called yourself king before? King of the Igbo people in Ghana?
No, that is a question that had a lot of answers. You see, when you say the name king, that is our local language. In our local language, when you say, when you say Eze, Eze, we have Eze as a name. People can call their children Eze. My first son is called Eze, Chidemeze. But there is also Eze in our language that had to do with kingship.
Right.
Just like people answer Nana as a normal name, answer Ni as a normal name, but these names are also a tag for kings. But then in Ghana here, with my understanding now in Ghana here, that the Constitution of Ghana did not have that provision of a king. We had provision for chiefs. In Nigeria, when people called Eze or Igwe, or that's Eze as a ruler or Igwe as a ruler, that means he's a king. So this is what we portray as Ezigbo Ghana. Then when somebody asks you what it is in English, you say king. Exactly. But when you look at documents given to me by my community, it's Ezigbo Ghana. But when I tell you Eze, you will not understand what it is.
I see.
You ask me what's the meaning of Eze in English, then I can say that in English. So that is it. Not that.
So is this then now an admittance that when you were translating Eze from your Igbo language to English, in the context of the Ghanaian people, you made a mistake translating this as king instead of chief?
No, as of the time I was crowned the Eze of my community, we've not understand this area on how the Ghanaians address their kings as chiefs. Yes.
So then, you made a mistake then, 13 years ago?
Yes.
I see. But then you carried on that mistake until now, today that you're learning, that it was wrong for you to have identified yourself as king.
Yes, we learn every day.
I see.
We learn every day.
But this has triggered sharp backlash in parts of Ghana. Demonstrators see it as a threat or insult. But should it be? Why does a symbolic kingship cause such unrest? Could it be that what this title represents, a visible, growing Nigerian presence in Ghana, is the real issue? And should communities in the diaspora not be allowed to maintain cultural identity in peace? What do you think? Are Ghanaians overreacting, or are there deeper wounds we're not addressing? Let's be honest. This isn't just about a ceremonial title. The protest reveals long-standing economic and historical grievances. Ghanaians still remember the 1983 episode when Nigeria, under economic pressure, expelled thousands of Ghanaians. That era birthed the popular phrase, Ghana must go. At that time, Nigeria was flourishing. Ghanaians were migrating there in search of opportunity. Now the tables have turned. Ghana's economy is more stable than Nigeria's, and Nigerians, especially young, desperate ones, are flooding Ghana in large numbers. So we must ask, is this current protest really about a title? Or is it a reaction to a reversal of roles, an emotional response to feeling overwhelmed, displaced, or even threatened by Nigerian presence? And if tables turn again tomorrow, will Nigeria remember this moment? Social media reactions have been fierce. Many Nigerians argue that Ghanaians are overreacting to a harmless cultural event.
So, some Ghanaians have been protesting on their streets that Nigerians must go, Nigerians must leave their country. I mean, you all know the reason, because of that Igbo king. Funny enough, a lot of Nigerians do not actually care about the man or his kingdom, but they are deceiving, and because Ghanaians are protesting, Nigerians must go. My brothers from Ghana, before I tell you my opinion, let me show you something. In Nigeria, we have different languages and tribes just like you have in Ghana. The most spoken language in Nigeria at the moment, according to the statistics, is Hausa, followed by English, followed by Yoruba, and Igbo is in the fourth place. And I'm pretty sure not every Igbo person is supporting this man or his kingdom. A lot of the Igbos I personally talk to do not even know this man. Therefore, it is not even fair to say Igbo must go. Talk less of involving 200 million Nigerians who have nothing to do with the kingdom. Just because some group of Nigerians are trying to build a kingdom in Ghana does not mean all Nigerians are involved. And my opinion on this whole saga is, dear Mr. King, dear Mr. Igbo King, no matter how pure or good your intention of building that kingdom is, since the owners of the country do not like, then leave the idea and move on. Do not let this affect other innocent people and their business, because if this Nigeria must go protest continue to happen, a lot of innocent Nigerians living in Ghana might be affected. Of course, there are Ghanaians living in Nigeria, but let peace reign. My final message to my Ghanaian brothers, please and please stop generalizing this protest. It's not about Nigeria at all. It's about some group of people. Concentrate on them. Majority of Nigerians don't care about him or the kingdom. Of course, there are Ghanaians living in Nigeria, as I said, but let peace reign. Thank you.
Some Ghanaians, however, insist this is a warning against a growing trend.
I'm sounding a word of caution to the Nigerians. Ghanaians, we will stand up to defend our territorial land. We will defend our territorial waters, and we will defend our territorial airspace. It belongs to Ghana. Nigeria for Omudia. And Yama Miensa Mabubosi. Every nation be on the borderline. Muntimi sorry members jina on memu say Muba besi ahinkro ewo Ghana. Minti wo baby. Now, may I say, through this medium, we call on all nationals here and around the world to wake up with the force and our might, and let's resist any form of foreign aggression on our soil before it becomes too little too late. Again, the front line is calling on all groups and we are calling on all legitimate groups who want to hit the principal streets of our country to contact the Frontline show. Contact the Frontline WhatsApp line on the screens for a very important message. Ghanaians, the American say, wake up! Ghanaians abroad in the diaspora, Ghanaians here and every corner of the country, wake up, because I can tell you guys, they bought lands at all the 16 regional capitals. Nigerians now assets. These Igbo guys assets. Don't tell me you are lying. Me see next week. I am repeating myself. All the 16 regional capitals, these Nigerian Igbo guys, one maton are ready to settle. And when they settle, the next will be said what? They will pounce on us like little chickens. Folks, I charge every Ghanaian tonight at the range of hearing my voice, wake up and stand up to be counted.
What they perceive as Nigerians taking over their businesses, their streets, and now their traditions. But let's ask some hard questions. Is it right to blame an entire nationality for the actions of a few? And how do we differentiate between preserving national identity and promoting xenophobia?
Ghanaians are asking Nigeria to leave their country. Not a way Musa no go see forget, sha. I think that Nigerians have main character syndrome. So as a man, you have that amount of money to go into another man's country, buy acres of land, and your plan is for the Nigerians or the Igbos there to come and live in that area and you will be their king. Now, let me ask you something. If they reverse the case, a Ghanaian came to Nigeria, bought acres of land and said that, oh, all the Ghanaians in Nigeria can come live here and I will be the king. How are we going to react as Nigerians? Yes, you won't like it, Abby. That's the answer. So that thing that you know that you cannot take, don't dish it to another person. Honestly, their reaction is justified. If this thing was to happen in Nigeria, it's going to be chaos. Let's forget about this fight between Nigerians and Ghanaians online. We know that it's cruise upon cruise, but this is real life matter. You as this Nigerian man, you have this amount of money. Instead of you to use the money, buy acres of land, build a multi-million naira company and employ Nigerian youths. That way you are giving employment to the country. We have millions of unemployed youths. The country is hard. The economy is bad. Instead of you to develop your own country, you decided to go to another man's country and decide that you want to be king in their land. Just yesterday, I saw that the Dubai government has placed a tourist visa ban between the ages of 18 to 45 years old. If you're not above 45 years old, you can't visit Dubai right now as a Nigerian. Other countries are always using us to shine. I know that most of you Nigerians will still cry in my comment section, so it's okay. I've said my own.
Does this tension suggest a lack of a functioning African Union identity that can handle intra-African migration peacefully? We want your thoughts in the comments. Should cultural kingship among migrant groups be discouraged if it triggers host community fears, or should it be protected as a right to cultural expression? But is this fair? Should a whole community be judged based on the behavior of a few individuals? How can law enforcement target bad actors without fueling xenophobic sentiments? And even more critically, is the Nigerian government doing enough to guide its citizens abroad, especially in countries where tensions are growing? These are sensitive issues. But if we keep avoiding them, we risk deeper regional conflict. Should African countries develop new frameworks for responsible regional migration? Should ECOWAS step in to mediate? What's even more disturbing is how this issue is spreading beyond Ghana and Nigeria. In places like Moscow, reports of protests and tensions between Ghanaians and Nigerians are emerging among the African diaspora. This reveals something critical. If our people can't unite abroad, when they're already facing discrimination and isolation from foreign systems, what hope is there for unity at home? What does this say about the image we're projecting globally? Are we becoming our own biggest enemies, undermining Pan-Africanism with tribalism, rivalry, and bitterness? We want your views in the comment section. What can the African diaspora do to promote unity among fellow Africans abroad? There's another layer to this crisis: cultural pride and the fear of losing national identity. Ghanaians, like many others, are proud of their traditions. When outsiders settle in and begin organizing cultural structures like kingship, even if symbolic, it triggers fears of cultural dilution. But should cultural preservation come at the cost of hostility? Should Nigerians stop forming cultural groups in foreign African countries out of respect? Or should those host countries adapt and accept diversity within their borders? If we want to be one Africa, then when and how do we draw the line between cultural expression and national sovereignty? This is a debate the African continent must confront, honestly, urgently, and without hate. In the end, this issue isn't about one man's title. It's about our collective wounds as African nations. It's about history, migration, memory, and fear. But more importantly, it's about the future. Will we continue to let our past divide us, or will we learn from it to build something stronger? Will we let fear and resentment shape our policies and relations? Or will we finally create a Pan-African system that understands, manages, and protects migration, identity, and dignity? Let's not just talk, let's listen. The comment section is open. Drop your thoughts respectfully. Do you think Ghanaians are right to protest, or are Nigerians being unfairly targeted? Should host countries accommodate foreign communities' cultural identities? Let us know. If you value the kind of honest, deep, and balanced reporting we bring you, please consider joining our channel membership and give us a super thanks to help sustain independent African journalism. Your support goes a long way. Disclaimer: this video is for educational and informational purposes only. AfriplusNews does not promote hate, xenophobia, or tribalism. We encourage respectful dialogue and believe that open conversations can lead to real change. All perspectives shared are for public discourse in line with YouTube community guidelines.